Variable products are arguably the most complex of product types. They let you define variations of a single product where each variation may have different SKU, price, or stock level. It lets you offer a set of variations on a product with control over prices, stock, image, and more for each variation. They can be used for a product like a smartphone, where you can offer a 16 GB smartphone versus 32 GB smartphone. To add a variable product, either edit an existing product or create a new one by going to Products and then again Products. You can select the Add Product button or edit an existing product from there. Select the variable product from the Product Data drop-down. In the Attributes section, you will need to add attributes first. Before we can create variations, you can use global attributes or define custom ones specific to each product. To use a global attribute, select it from the drop-down and then select Add. Make sure to select the Select All button to add all of the attribute to the variable product, and select the Used for Variations checkbox to tell WooCommerce for your variations. If you're adding new attributes, select Custom Product Attribute, then select Add. You will then need to name the attribute, for example, as storage size or internal storage. Set the values separated by a vertical pipe, in this instance 16 GB, a vertical pipe, 32 GB, another vertical pipe, and then 64 GB. Finally, select the Used for Variations checkbox to use these in the Variations section. Select Save Attributes. After saving your variations, you can begin applying them to a product. To add a variation, go to Variations section in the Product Data meta box. Select Add Variation from the drop-down menu and click Go. Now select Attributes for your variation. To change additional data, click the triangle icon to expand the variation. Edit any of the available data, but only required field is regular price. If you have more than 10 variations, you must use the buttons to navigate forwards and backwards through the list of variations. Every time you navigate to a new set of variations, the previous set are saved. This ensures that all data are saved. It's recommended to set defaults for the variations. In our example, till now we don't have any defaults set, so users can pick any storage size and color right away from the product page. If you want a certain variation selected already, when a user visits the product page, you can set those here. This also enables the Add to Cart button to appear automatically on variable product pages. You can only set defaults after at least one variation has been created. Each variation can be assigned the following data. The first one is an image. Select the placeholder icon to see the image uploader. After you choose an image, select Set Variation Image. SKU. If you use SKUs, set the SKU for the variation or leave blank to use the variable product's SKU. You can enable or disable the variation itself. If you choose downloadable, then it means the product is a downloadable variation. Then comes virtual. If this product isn't shippable, shipping settings for the variation are removed. Manage stock. You can manage stock on the variation level like you did for simple products. Stock quantity. This says about stock for a particular variation. Leave it blank to use the variable product's stock settings. Regular price. This one is a must, that is a required field. You can set the price for a particular variation. Sale price. You can set a price for this variation when it's on discount or on sale, and it's optional field. Stock quantity. It shows if manage stock is selected. You can input the quantity that you have in hand. You can choose to allow or disallow back orders, as well as you can set the status of your variation stock. Weight. It refers to weight of the variation. Leave it blank to use the variable product's weight. Dimensions includes height, width, and length for the variation. You may leave it blank too. Then comes shipping class. Set this if it differs from the variable product. Tax class. It refers to a tax class for this variation. It's useful if you're offering variations spanning different tax bands. Downloadable files. The files will be shown if downloadable option is selected. Add file for this variation for the customers to download. You can also choose the download limit, and it will be shown only if downloadable is selected. You can set how many times a customer can download the file. Leave it blank for unlimited times. Download expiry. This shows only if downloadable is selected. Set the number of days for the download to expire after purchase. If the SKU, weight, dimensions, and stock fields are not set, then it will inherit the values assigned to the variable product. But price fields must be set per variation. You can bulk edit variations by selecting the specific piece of data you want from the drop-down. You can select Create Variations from all attributes to have WooCommerce create every possible combination of variations. If this example has two attributes such as color and internal storage, then it creates the following variations: gray 16 GB, white 16 GB, gray 32 GB, white 32 GB, gray 64 GB, white 64 GB. On the front end, when viewing a variable product, the user will be presented with drop-down boxes to select the variation options. Selecting options will reveal the stock, price, and add to cart button for that variation, so that user can purchase that particular product.